Assembly that the Gambia National Library Act of 1976 was repealed in 2009, which gave birth to the Gambia National Library Service Authority, giving it additional functions and responsibilities. This suggests that the library should have been autonomous since then and not necessarily under MOPSI, as the case is now. In this way, it will be dealing with Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs directly for their budgets. However, may I inform the Honorable Member for Serekunda West that the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education is aware and deeply concerned about the condition at the library. As such, efforts are underway for the construction of a new library complex. In this connection, in terms of reference for hiring a consultant for the development of an architectural design plan is being finalized. And as such, it is done. As soon as it is done, all the necessary procedure for hiring the consultant would be carried out. After the finalization and submission of the architectural design, bill of quantity, and all other consideration for the infrastructure, it would be submitted to government for funding.
Some lawmakers have proposed that relocating the library could be a more viable option, given the structural challenges of the current site. The Basic Education Minister was also questioned by lawmakers about the School of the Gambia for the Visually Impaired, which currently offers education only up to grade 6. NAMS expressed concerns about the limited educational opportunities available to visually impaired students.
The ministry advocates for the inclusion of students with special education needs into mainstream schools. Honorable Speaker, Section 5.8.1 and 5.8.2 of the 2016 to 2030 National Education Policy states that in this regard, the adoption of complementary and mutually supportive approach that are based on the principles of inclusiveness, integration, and participation of children with special needs will be encouraged, and school-friendly environments will be promoted. In addition, Section 5.8.2 states that mild and moderate disabilities will continue to be mainstreamed, while the profound will be sent to special schools, which will be strengthened to cater for the needs of the students and staff.
The proposed National Library Complex and the review of the School for the Visually Impaired are both crucial issues for advancing education in the Gambia. For QTV News, I am Bob.
Now, in our latest roundup of high-profile court trials, we cover a range of significant cases, including the appeal of former junta member Yankuba Toure, ongoing trials of alleged armed robbers, and a major drug trafficking investigation. Here is Usman Jatta.
Yankuba Toure, a former member of the Armed Forces Provincial Ruling Council, AFPRC, an Alliance for Patriotic Reorientation and Construction, APRC, is set to have his appeal heard between April 7th and 11th, 2025, before the Supreme Court of the Gambia. Toure, who was sentenced to death by hanging on July 14th, 2021, by the Banjul High Court, was convicted for the murder of former Finance Minister Usman Koro Sise. The incident dates back to June 1995, when Toure allegedly caused Sise's death by beating him with a pestle and other dangerous weapons at Kololi in the West Coast region. Toure was initially arraigned before the High Court in July 2019, where he invoked constitutional immunity, leading to a not guilty plea. However, the Supreme Court ruled on January 27, 2021, that Toure could not claim immunity from prosecution for Sise's murder. Toure's defense was further questioned when Justice Ibrahima Jaite, presiding over the case, dismissed a no-case submission on June 10, 2019, and ordered him to present a defense. Ultimately, the judge found the prosecution's case compelling, and Toure was sentenced to death by hanging under Section 250 of the Criminal Procedure Code, Cap 1101, Volume 3, Laws of the Gambia. In a second case, Yafatu Sawane, a 35-year-old from Tujareng village, was charged with the murder of her mother, Binta Bojang. During the proceedings before Justice Omar Cham, Dr. Luke Onofa, a psychiatrist from Tanka Tanka Psychiatric Hospital, testified that Sawane is mentally ill and suffering from a depressive disorder. Dr. Onofa further stated that Sawane became remorseful after realizing the gravity of her actions. In our third case, Justice Ibrahima Jaite ordered the release of Ibrahima Sedikan, who had been serving a 3-year and 7-month sentence. Sedikan was initially convicted for rape in 2021, but the charge was later amended to defilement. Having already served his sentence while in remand, Sedikan expressed genuine remorse for his actions. Justice Jaite concluded that the time already served was sufficient and therefore he should be discharged. Next, in a high-profile drug trafficking case, Karamba Bojang, a narcotic officer with the Drug Law Enforcement Agency DLEA, testified before Justice Jaite about an international drug bust involving 4 Portuguese nationals and 5 Gambian youths. Bojang explained that he had extracted samples from 30 blocks of cocaine, which were allegedly connected to the accused. However, during the cross-examination by defense lawyer Job, Bojang admitted that no independent witness was present during the extraction process, a point that could potentially affect the case. Finally, Justice Omar Cham recently adjourned the case involving 4 armed robbers, including 3 Gambian nationals and 1 Ivorian. The accused face multiple charges related to violent armed robberies. These charges stem from incidents that occurred in late 2021, including a robbery at United Bureau in Senegambia, where they allegedly stole cash and laptops. The accused are also linked to the robbery of Access Bank in Bruceby, where they reportedly stole over $1.5 million. That's the latest from the courts. All of the court reports were gathered for QTV by Nicholas Bass of Voice newspaper and summarized by us. Osman Jata, reporting for QTV News.
That report there will take us for a commercial break. When we return, we have more local stories for you. To stay with us.
fii mooy fan fii mooy Inessa di place bi nga xam ne moom la ñëpp taaw place bii bépp xeetu ataaya bu baax rek bu dugg see ci dëkk bi xamal li fii rek la am bara wërga bii neex na lool saf na ba pare tamit nag am gu bu neex boo ko naanee rek da ngay kontaan ci saas añ ba suur ba gëreesal li nga lekk jëndal baara ataaya bii ndax moom la ñëpp taaw gis nga sama client bii ataaya bu neex bu ne moom laa koy njëkk a jox ndax moom kat ataaya bu neex rek lay wër baara warga bii mooy warga bi gën te moo gën a saf kon nag ràññee leen ko bu baax kon daw leen gaaw ca Banjul foofu ca Inessa di place bi nga xam ni foofu rek nga ko mën a amee wholesale wala retail mu ngi foofu ci boori court house bi foofu ca Banjul wala nga daw ci bépp marché bépp supermarket bépp boutique fépp foo dugg rek di nga mën a am baara warga bii nga xam ne moom la ñëpp di wër tey baara warga moo dàq ci warga yi man maa ngi ci moom ndax su ma maree ataaya moom rek lay naan.
City invites you to a fun-filled second and third day Korite. There'll be great activities, live music with singing and dancing competition for kids, top artist performances from Hussein Dada, Big Banger, Miss Jobis, Acidic, Malt, and many more. Entrance gate fees is $200 only, and pool $100. Don't miss out. Second and third day of Korite. Only place to be is Q City.
Welcome back, and this is QTV News. Now to the rest of our stories. 42 personnel from the Gambia Armed Forces Military Police have graduated from the Gambia Armed Forces Training School after completing a 1-month intensive training in self-defense, forensics, and crime scene investigation, traffic policing, and other specialized areas. Jennifer Sonko attended the graduation ceremony, and this is her report.
The training aimed to enhance the skills of the Armed Forces Military Police personnel and improve their efficiency in carrying out their duties and responsibilities. The military police is a key unit responsible for maintaining discipline within the CAF. ensuring that soldiers comply with military regulations and standards. The personnel also handle external operations, and the training strengthened their investigative skills, including crime scene management, traffic policing, and other specialized areas. Here is Captain Abdullah Seka, Commandant at the Gambia Armed Forces Training School.
Marksmanship skills was honed during the period under review, thus further enhancing their operational readiness in supporting tactical missions such as securing key military infrastructure, ensuring stability, protection of civilians, and assisting in intelligence gathering.
Delivering the keynote address on behalf of the CDS of the Gambia Armed Forces, Major General Usman Gomez, Deputy, urged the newly trained personnel to continuously enhance their knowledge of the law, particularly the Armed Forces Act.
As a member of the Gambia Armed Forces Military Police, always factor the importance of continued training and growth. The battle space is ever-changing, and as a result, one should remain adaptable and proactive in face of the emerging threats. Try to embrace any new challenge as an opportunity to hone your skills and knowledge.
Lance Corporal Momodu Alfa Jallo was the overall best graduating student of the training. He expressed his excitement about implementing the best practices that has been instilled in him during the course.
We have a saying in the military that is, when much is given, much is expected. So, like I said to my fellow course students, the command did their best by providing the best lecturers for us from the police and also equally from the military. So we are expected to, when we go back to our units, we are expected to do what is expected.
The Gambia is currently undergoing a security sector reform process aimed at addressing the legacy of dysfunctional security institutions that violated citizens' rights and safety. The training of over 40 Gambia Armed Forces military police personnel aligns with these reform objectives. Reporting for QTV News, I am Jenna Basonko.
Now, the Women Empowerment Project, WEP, by Alliance Francois de Banjul, highlights the achievements of women from different sectors in the Gambia. In this edition, we spotlight Nyima Jobate, an electrical engineer at the National Water and Electricity Company, NAWEC, who shares her inspiring journey in this challenging field. Here is Yafa Tugay.
Nyima Jobate took up a profession where women are often underrepresented. As an electrical engineer at NAWEC, she plays a key role in maintaining critical infrastructure that powers communities across the Gambia. Significantly impacting the country's energy sector, she reflects on the challenges of working in a male-dominated industry, offering insights into the struggles, successes, and valuable lessons she learned throughout her career.
After completing my internship at NAWEC, I decided to return because I truly enjoyed the work and felt a strong desire to contribute to the team's success. When I joined, I was fortunate to have colleagues who have provided immense support and encouragement. They never made me feel like I couldn't succeed in a male-dominated field. Instead, they instilled in me the belief that I could achieve anything they could. I was never made to believe inferior or restricted because of my gender. We worked together as a team, always supporting and helping each other. I distinctly remember being the one who could fit inside the engine because of my small size. Overall, my experience working here has been incredibly rewarding.
Nyima encourages other women to pursue careers in traditionally male-dominated fields, highlighting the importance of perseverance, self-belief, and a commitment to continuous learning.
Marriage is good, family is good, but there is more to a woman's abilities than only becoming a mother and a wife. These are great, they are great, but it will be an add-on to have something to yourself that you can say, I am this. I am telling you from experience, it feels good to know that you have achieved something for yourself.
Nyima Jobate emphasizes the significance of the Women Empowerment Project in promoting women's empowerment.
Visibility is very important. Representation is very important. they have chosen 12 inspiring women and said, let us put them on billboards. Even the people that are hawking, once they look at the picture and see the titles, they will be inspired to be like us. That alone is enough. It is difficult sometimes to get to people. It is difficult to communicate to them. Some people have concluded that engineering is only for men. But once you see a woman on the billboard and see it's already an electrical engineer, you know it is doable. If you had a passion for it, you are already motivated to get it done. That alone is enough for me. So the project is doing so well, inspiring women to get into whatever they are getting into, to become leaders, to contribute to community development.
The ultimate goal of the Women Empowerment Project is to inspire other women, showing that no matter their background, they too can overcome challenges and succeed in any sector. As Nima Jobate's story illustrates, the road to success may be tough, but with determination, passion, and support, women can break through barriers and become role models for future generations. Reporting for QTV News, this is Yafatige.
Now, Action Aid International de Gambia, in collaboration with the United Nations Peacebuilding Fund, successfully conducted a 3-day training in Mansa Konko, Lower River Region for journalists, bloggers and content creators on promoting positive youth participation in civic space. Our regional correspondent, Bakari Balde, attended the program and filed this report.
The training aims to equip media professionals with the knowledge and skills needed to effectively report on youth engagement in civic matters, contributing to a more inclusive and informed society. It also provides an opportunity for media professionals from various outlets to exchange best practices and foster greater understanding. Amadou Dabul Jallo, Communication Coordinator at Action Aid International de Gambia, emphasized the significance of the training.
This training is specifically targeting media houses, let's say journalists, poets, bloggers, to also participate in the work that ActionAid is doing in terms of empowering young people. How do they also report on issues affecting young people? So this is why we have the training, and we have over 25 participants from different areas.
Fatou Dieng, the Knowledge and Communication Officer for the United Nations Peace Building Fund, highlights her organization's role in supporting the initiative and its commitment to promoting youth participation in civic matters.
One of our areas of focus is working with young people. And if you look at the whole, majority of the participants are young people. And these are young people in the media, people who are working in areas that have been affected. These are people who are coming from communities, because some of them are coming from regions. It's actually participants from across the country. So this basically is looking at inclusion, which is important to the PBF.
Alaji S. Nyang, a youth advocate, was one of the trainers who delved into the topic of youth participation in civic space.
I think it's important that we have this kind of conversation among journalists, advocates, and people who work in different sectors to be able to make sure that the work that we do, there's synergy and that there's synchronization. So my impression is I'm very happy that the journalists that turn up to the training have taken it very seriously and are willing to share their experience and share what they know and help each other learn and grow, but also to improve the work that they do.
Janke Sisi, a participant from the Point newspaper, spoke on behalf of the attendees.
A thank you message to ActionAid and their funding partners. These are some of the things that we need as journalists to be building our capacities on subject matters like this. We are all young people, and young people deserve spaces and platforms to express their views. So if we have knowledge like this as journalists, it will make us make informed choices on how to approach or come up with story ideas that will work on to ensure youth are given platforms to express their views.
Some of the topics covered included the role of journalism in shaping youth narratives, storytelling techniques for social change, and youth participation in policy and decision-making processes. According to the participants we spoke with, the training will have a significant impact on their professions, equipping them with the tools to execute their work more effectively and contribute to promoting positive youth engagement. Bakari Balde, QTV News.
Now, this is all we have for you in this edition of the News Bulletin. Do join us again for another News Bulletin. Thank you for watching.